Today we're going to be focusing on a practice that's aimed at inner cleansing, detoxing. So ideally, this practice will be done on either an empty stomach or maybe an hour after a light meal, or if you had a heavy meal with lots of comfort foods, you might even consider giving yourself maybe 2 to 3 hours of time between a meal like that and this kind of practice. It's also nice to maybe do this practice in clothes that are a little warmer, or maybe in a warmer room to encourage a little bit of sweating. So if you don't want to sweat, it's okay. Maybe you can still do it in a cooler room or wear shorts or a tank top or whatever makes you feel comfortable. But if you really want to get into that detoxing and that cleansing, a little bit of sweat can help you with that. So take a moment, get settled, find a comfortable seat. You might relax the hands down onto the knees and close the eyes. Settle the mind into the body and the breath. And just breathe in and out from the navel center. Become aware of the way the inhale widens and expands the belly from front to back and side to side. Notice the way the belly softens and relaxes as you breathe out. Then start to count the flow of the breath. So we're breathing in and out for the same number of counts. So you might breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Or if you breathe a little more slowly than that, that's okay. If you breathe a little faster, that's okay. But find a count that has you breathing a little more deeply than normal. While still being easy and effortless, so you don't feel like you're struggling to finish the breath out on the count. So this breathing in and out for the same number of counts is called Samavrti, which is also known as the same breath. And this will be our anchor for practice today. But as we breathe and move through this practice, I'll invite you to start lengthening the exhale. The exhale helps to relieve the body of toxins, helps to calm the nervous system and shift us more to the parasympathetic response, or rest and digest, which is where healing and rejuvenation can occur. But if at any time you feel like you're straining or struggling, just return to Samavrti, same breath, inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. And that count might change throughout practice. If you feel tired or a little breathless, the count might shorten. So if you're breathing in and out to the count of 6 right now, it might shorten back to 4 or 3. Or as your capacity for breath starts to grow, you might actually end up lengthening the count. So if you're breathing in for the count of 3 or 4, you might find yourself breathing deeper to the count of 6. If you're breathing for the count of 6, maybe you end up working your way towards the count of 8. But this Samavrti breath, this same breath, again, should be inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. And throughout practice, I'll again invite you to start to lengthen the exhale. So we might practice that now. Inhale for whatever count you're using. So maybe that's the count of 4. And then exhale just a little longer. So maybe add just 1 count to the breath. So if you were breathing in and out to the count of 4, now you'd breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 5. And get comfortable with that breath. And as you start to get comfortable, you might start to lengthen the exhale by another count. So maybe you breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 6. And as you get progressively comfortable with this, we'll start to lengthen the exhale even further until eventually you might reach a point where you're breathing at a 1-to-2 ratio. So what that means is that if you're inhaling for the count of 4, you'd exhale for the count of 8. If you're inhaling for the count of 6, you're exhaling for the count of 12. But no matter what count of breath you're choosing, or if you're breathing in Samavrti, which is 1-to-1, or if you're breathing twice the length out, which would be 1-to-2, you need that breath to maintain that ease and effortlessness. So if at any point you feel like you're struggling to finish your counts, just back off. Shorten the count, or maybe lower the ratio back more towards Samavrti. So if breathing in for 4 and out for 8 feels like a little too much for you today, you might just stick to 4 and 6. So when you're ready, you can float the eyes open if they aren't already. And we'll just start by inhaling, bringing the arms out to the sides and up over the head for whatever count you're choosing. And then exhale, and we'll twist across to one side. And let's just stay with that 1-to-1, that same breath, Samavrti. Maybe inhale up for 4, exhale out for 4. And just do this a few more times. Breathe and move at your own pace. Exhaling as we lengthen around into our twist. Inhaling as we float back up through center. Then we'll start to lengthen the exhale. So again, if you're breathing in for 4, maybe you just breathe out for 5 as you come into your twist. The next time you come back to the side that you started twisting on, maybe we'll lengthen out by another count. So maybe we're inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6. You might be moving more fast or more slow than me. That's okay. Just breathe and flow at your own pace. You might be breathing a little faster or a little slower than me. That's okay. Just breathe and move at your own pace. The next time you twist across to the side that you started on, let's stay there. Maybe you continue to breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 6. Or if you feel comfortable, maybe you start to lengthen the exhale to our 1-to-2 ratio. So if you're breathing in for 4, maybe you can start your way to breathing out to 8. As you breathe out, imagine that you're releasing toxins down through the body and into the earth beneath you. And on your next inhale, we'll just float the arms back up. And exhale across to the other side. Maybe staying with that 1-to-2 breathing ratio or continuing to work your way towards it as you feel comfortable. But whatever ratio you're using, whatever counts you're using, just imagine that you're releasing toxins, impurities, anything that's not serving you or your body. Imagine that it could melt away on that breath out. It's almost like the twist is an opportunity to wring yourself out like a washcloth. Finish the round of breath that you're breathing. Inhale and float the arms up when you're ready. And then continuing to keep that exhale as long as is comfortable. We'll lower our forearms towards the floor and start to melt into a fold over the lap. Take some deep breaths here. Maybe continuing to breathe to that 1-to-2 ratio. So maybe in for 4 and out for 8. Or again, if you can't quite lengthen the exhale to twice the length of the inhale, back off a little bit. In for 4 and out for 6 is fine. We just want the breath to feel comfortable and deep. Complete one more round of breath, really melting anything away on that exhale that's not serving you. And an inhale, we'll just gently drag the fingertips back and sit up. And then if you're sitting in a cross-legged position like I am, let's switch the cross of our legs. So if your left foot is on top, switch it to the bottom, and vice versa. So we're coming to our non-dominant crossing position. If you were sitting in a symmetrical way, maybe back onto your heels or in a butterfly pose, you don't have to worry about it. But wherever you're at, let's take the hands onto the knees again. And we'll just return to our 1-to-1 breath, inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. And just check in and see, is that count the same as it was at the beginning of class? Or does it feel like it needs to shorten or lengthen? just tune into that Samavrti. Breathing in and out for the same number of counts. And on an inhale, let's just roll the shoulders back. Really lift the heart up as you tilt the head back to look up. Then on the exhale, we'll round the shoulders forward, drop the chin towards the chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale and round again. Continue to breathe and move like this to the flow of your own breath. Breathing in and out for the same number of counts. And with each exhale, really focus on pulling your low belly in. It's like you're drawing the navel towards the spine, or maybe zipping a zipper up from the top of the pubic bone to the navel on the exhale. Let's do one more round. And on an inhale, we'll return to a neutral spine. Sit up nice and tall. And then big breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, maybe lengthen again by 1 or 2 counts as you find your twist. Inhale up. Lengthen the exhale as you twist across to the other side. And again, just breathe and move at your own pace. Lengthen the exhale as you feel comfortable, as you feel ready. The next time you exhale across to the side that you started on, we'll stay there. As you inhale, maybe you can lengthen up through the spine. As you exhale, see if you can twist a little more from the navel. Maybe you're breathing at that 1-to-2 ratio. Wringing that washcloth out with each exhale. Complete the round of breath that you're on. And then on an inhale, we'll float back up. Exhale and twist to the other side. Take some deep breaths. Again, maybe continuing at that 1-to-2 ratio. Maybe in for 4 and out for 8, or whatever count is comfortable to you. But remember, if you're really struggling to lengthen all the way to 8, or to that 1-to-2 ratio, it's okay to back off. Breathe where you're comfortable. That could be Samavrti or 1-to-1. Or maybe you're just slightly lengthening the exhale. But make sure that the breath that you're choosing is comfortable. As you breathe out, twist around. Imagine that your body is like a washcloth and you're wringing it out, letting go of toxins, impurities. As you finish the round of breath that you're on, We'll inhale to come back up through center. And then continue to lengthen the exhale as you fold over the lap. Release the back of the neck and continue to breathe. Take one more deep breath here. And when that's complete, we'll walk the hands back, find our seat. Maybe close the eyes and return to that one-to-one breathing. Maybe it's the same as it was earlier, maybe it's not. But just let the inhale and the exhale be even. Let the breath flow in and out of the belly smoothly, effortlessly. See if you can welcome the breath into the low back and deep into the pelvis, the hips. Maybe you can even breathe all the way down into the thighs. And we'll stay with our one-to-one breathing now. You can float the eyes open. Let's just drop our right hand down at our side. Inhale, float the left arm up and look towards the palm as you reach the arm across. On the exhale, release the hand and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, reach that same arm up, look up. Exhale to release and look away. Big breath in. Full breath out. Last one. Inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. And we'll continue on the other side. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, release and look left. Inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, release, and look left. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. When that's complete, you just bring the hands back onto the knees. We'll just sway the spine from side to side a couple of times. Or maybe make some circles. These circles could be big, or they could be really small. And maybe they go the other way. So just get a little creative here. Move the spine, the shoulders, the head. Start to wiggle the body. When that feels complete, we'll walk the hands forward and find tabletop. So we're coming to hands and knees. As you breathe out, we'll release the hips towards the heels for child's pose. Inhale, float up to tabletop. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to force. Exhale to child. Inhale to force. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Keep breathing, keep flowing at your own pace. And as you feel comfortable, maybe you start to lengthen the exhale. You might just start by lengthening the breath out by 1. And then maybe by 2 counts. But be mindful as you lengthen the breath that, again, you're not struggling to finish the counts. And the next time you get into downward dog, let's stay there. So exhale, press the tailbone to the sky, the hips towards the back of the room. Maybe just take a moment to walk this dog out, pedal the feet or turn the head. Maybe bend and straighten the knees together a few times. And then settle in and be still. Return to the breath. Inhale and exhale for the same number of counts again. So maybe you're breathing in and out for the count of 4. Maybe less, maybe more. Take one more big breath. And then from here, your choice. You can stay in downward dog and step the right foot forward, or you could lower back down to hands and knees and then bring the right foot up. So however you want to get here is fine. We're just coming into a lunge. And your choice again, you can have the back knee high or you could lower it down towards the mat. It's really up to you. But get steady wherever you're at. And then on an inhale, let's float the arms up to the sky. On the exhale, we'll release the hands back down again. Do this 2 more times. Inhale and exhale for the same number of counts. Breathing in and out at that 1-to-1 ratio. After your 3rd repetition, we'll inhale, come up, and then hold it here. Keep breathing. In and out for the same number of counts. Then when you're ready, we'll release our left hand down so we twist towards our right knee. Inhale, bring the arm back up. Then on your next exhale, maybe you lengthen the count of that breath out by 1. So inhale for 4. And maybe exhale for 5. Inhale for 4. Then this time, maybe exhale twice the length out, so 6. Inhale 4. Maybe exhale 7. Inhale 4. And maybe exhale 8, and then hold it here. Keep breathing in for the count of 4, or whatever count you're choosing. Exhaling out as close to that 1-to-2 ratio that is comfortable for you. Again, maybe on the exhale, you twist a little more towards your front knee, like you're spiraling the rib cage around or wringing out that washcloth. Take one more breath. And then on your exhale, we'll release the top arm to the sky. Start to straighten your front leg. If your back knee is down, shift the hips back and point the toes up to the sky. And breathe here to whatever breath ratio is comfortable. Maybe you're still lengthening the exhale, or maybe you want to return to 1-1. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Take a moment, pause, find that 1-1 breath again. For whatever count it's at is fine. Just make sure you're breathing in and out for the same number of counts again. Try to make the breath smooth, easy, and effortless. And then when you're ready, either from downward dog or from tabletop, we'll reach our left foot up to the top of the mat. Again, your choice. You can keep the back knee high or you could drop it down. Stick with our 1-1 count as you inhale and reach up. Exhale, release. 2 more. Big breath in as you lift out of the waistline. Full breath out as you melt the hands back towards the floor. After you've completed that third round, we'll inhale, float up. Find our lunge. Take some deep breaths here. Breathing in and out for the same number of counts. That's Samavrti, or 1-1 breathing. And then continue to breathe out for the same number of counts as you lower the right hand and twist towards your left knee. Inhale, reach up. And then maybe lengthen the out breath out by 1 count. Do that same thing again. Exhaling and just lengthening out 1 count more than the inhale. Inhale up. And then maybe lengthen the breath out for 2 counts longer than the inhale. Inhale up. Maybe 3 breaths out, or 3 counts out longer. Inhale up. And then maybe you exhale out for twice the length of the inhale. Finding that 1-2 ratio again. So maybe inhaling 4 and exhaling 8. Maybe it's 3 and 6. Take 1 more big breath here. And then as you breathe out, we'll release the hand. Start to straighten that front leg and fold over it. If your back knee is down, we press the hips towards the sky. The toes point up. And just breathe here, whatever way is comfortable. From here, when you're ready, let's go ahead and come up to the top of the mat. So we'll just step our back foot up, find a forward fold, take some deep breaths. On the inhale, let's come all the way up. And as we breathe out, release palms to heart or down at your sides. Relax the body. Relax the breath. As you breathe out, imagine that you're breathing toxins or impurities down through the body and out the palms, the soles of the feet. As you breathe in, imagine that you're breathing up through the soles of the feet, through the body to the crown of the head, bringing in health, vitality, nourishment. From here, when you're ready, let's step our right foot back. We'll bring the arch of the right foot in line with the heel of our left foot. So we're coming into our prep for triangle pose. We'll bring the hands onto the hips, stand up nice and tall. On the inhale, reach the left arm out over the left toes, and then release it down, maybe to your shin, maybe to a block if you have a block. Then roll your right shoulder open and inhale to extend the arm. Just take some deep breaths here. Really breathe through the open side of the torso. Inhale to nourish. Exhale all the way down and through the back foot. Again, releasing toxins or impurities. On your next exhale, we'll release the hand to the hip and look down. Inhale, scoop that front arm forward and find standing. Turn the feet parallel. Pause here for a moment. Find that one-to-one breath. When you're ready, we'll turn the right toes out so the heel of the right foot comes in line with the arch of the left foot. Then we'll bring the hands onto the hips, stand up tall, reach the right hand way out over the toes, and then release it down. Left shoulder rolls open, and then inhale to extend the arm. As you settle in here, maybe you lengthen the exhale back to our 1-to-2 ratio. Working our way towards exhaling twice the length of the inhale. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing up through the open side of the waist, drawing in nourishment, health, vitality. And as you breathe out, imagine that you're breathing down through the open side of the waist, through the back foot, releasing that which is not serving you from the cells of the body. On an exhale, release the top hand to the hip as you look down. Inhale, scoop that right arm up. Find standing. Bring the hands to the hips. Turn the feet parallel. Find that one-to-one breath. The next time you breathe out, let's just release the hands all the way towards the floor. Find a wide leg fold. On an inhale, let's come up onto our fingertips. And on the exhale, let's fold again. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to melt and fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Then bring your left hand right beneath where your nose is and bring your right hand onto your right hip. Take a deep breath in. And then see if you can exhale out for one count longer than you inhaled. Inhale to unwind. Exhale out, maybe 2 counts longer than the inhale. Inhale to unwind. Exhale out, maybe 2 times longer than the inhale. So twice the length of the exhale. Let's do that one more time. Exhaling twice the length of the inhale if it's comfortable. Maybe you inhale and extend the top arm. Continue breathing in and out to that 1-to-2 ratio. Or just continue to lengthen the exhale to whatever point is comfortable. Take one more deep breath. And as you breathe out, we'll release and fold. Continuing to breathe out for longer than you're breathing in. As you inhale, you might imagine that the gravity of the earth is reaching up into the legs, into the hips. And as you breathe out, that gravity is acting like a magnet, pulling those toxins out and down through the soles of the feet. One more deep breath. On an inhale, we'll lift the heart. Bring the right hand beneath the nose. Bring the left hand to the left hip. On an exhale, we'll roll our left shoulder open. Find our twist. Inhale, drop the shoulder down to unwind. And then on the exhale, let's twist again. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, lengthen the exhale as you twist. Inhale, unwind. Maybe lengthen out for twice the count of the inhale as you settle in. If it's comfortable, you might inhale and reach the top arm up. Continue breathing towards that 1-to-2 ratio. With each exhale, it's like you're wringing out that washcloth of the torso. And then on the next breath out, we'll release. Find our wide leg fold. Maybe continuing with that 1-to-2 ratio of the breath. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, release the hands, close the eyes. Feel the sensation of everything rushing down, releasing through the feet and towards the earth. Each breath is an opportunity to cleanse the body, cells, and all the body systems. From here, when you're ready, let's turn the heels in slightly, turn the toes out. Keep the feet pretty wide. Then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend and sink. Inhale, up. Exhale and lengthen the breath out as you release the hips down. 2 more. Big breath in. Maybe you lengthen the breath a little more. And on this last one, breathe in and see if you can breathe out for twice the length of the inhale. Hold it here. See if you can stay with that 1-to-2 breath, or just breathe out a little longer than you're breathing in. One more breath. And then you can release all the way to the mat. When you get there, let's just find butterfly for a moment. Sit up tall. Return to that 1-to-1 ratio. Samavrti. Inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. As you feel ready, on an out breath, we'll just fold, settling into that butterfly. On an inhale, let's come up. Relax back onto your hands, and we'll bring the feet wide. So they're about twice the width of the hips apart. Sit up tall, and then as you're ready, let the knees fall across to one side. Start to walk the upper body around in the same direction the knees are going. You could stay up onto the hands, or maybe you can work your way down to the forearms. Just find wherever feels comfortable for you. And breathe deeply. Complete the round of breath that you're on. And when that is complete, we'll walk the upper body around. Come back up. Pause in the center. Find your breath. When you're ready, let both knees fall across to the other side and walk the body around in the same direction those knees are going, making your way down to whatever low point feels accessible to you. Maybe it's the forearms, maybe you can drop all the way to the chest. Maybe today you just want to stay up on the hands. But wherever you settle in, breathe deep. Fill the belly with the inhale. Melt a little more with the exhale. Finish the round of breath that you're on. And when it's complete, we'll come back up. This time, let's just extend the legs straight out in front of us. Sit up tall. Find that one-to-one breath. Samavrti. Inhaling and exhaling for the same number of counts. On the inhale, float the arms up. Exhale and melt forward over the legs. Inhale up. Exhale and see if you can lengthen the breath out by 1 or 2 counts. Inhale up. Maybe you can exhale out just a little longer than you did before. Inhale up. And then this time, see if you can exhale for twice the length of the inhale. Settle in and breathe. With each breath, you might imagine that you're breathing through the spine. Inhaling up from tailbone to crown. Lengthening the exhale as you breathe back down through the spine. Inhaling and drawing nourishment up the spinal column. Exhaling and releasing down. into the earth, whatever isn't serving you. And then inhale, we'll gently come up. When you're ready, find your way onto your back. Might feel really good to press the hips up into a bridge pose when you get there. Maybe you even want to come in and out just a couple of times. When that feels complete, we'll extend the legs. Relax the backs of the hands out at your sides with palms facing up. Close the eyes. And find the breath. Become aware of the body. The space occupied by the body. Imagine that with each inhale you could drink in through the skin whatever it is that you need from that space. As you breathe out, imagine that you're releasing through the cells and into that space surrounding you, whatever it is that you don't need, whatever's not serving the body, the mind. Imagine that you could breathe it out through the cells of the body. some deeper, fuller breaths. Gently wiggle the fingers, toes. Maybe roll onto your right side. Pause there for a moment before you come to a seat. Settle into that seat for just a moment. If they're not already, you can close the eyes. Start to breathe through the spine. Inhale up from tailbone to crown and exhale down from crown to tailbone. Using each breath to cleanse and rejuvenate the nervous system. Continue to breathe here for as long as you'd like. Namaste.